they shifted my colon and my pootie, my form of my poop started not coming out because the little white boy, I needed a place to go as a black man, saying that I can't be treated as a human being because when they locked me in a psych hospital now, my bowel is coming out as a stuffy, not even coming out, and I feel sick because the little white boy says he doesn't want me to be around here, but they claim that I can't take a pootie here because I couldn't be treated as a human being when they say that I couldn't go a certain place because they was racist against me and stereotyping because they claimed that they wanted me to be embarrassed for taking a poop, and I couldn't have a social relation because as a black man I needed a place to express my manhood about how it relates to someone might be offended and angry, saying that I can't be treated like a human because they try to put a property around me, saying that they can't have a reality for themselves because they say I can't be treated as a human because they claim that when they deform my poop, it got to a bowel movement because they claimed that they were in secret at the time. They wanted to empower themselves to try to disable me with their property, saying that they were trying to alter me when I was taking poop because they claimed that they wanted to empower themselves to do that behavior because as a black man, I might have had an individuality for myself to have human rights to participate in behavior. But what if a little white boy was like, I'm embarrassed, I can't do this, because they claimed that when I needed a place to take a bathroom, someone was trying to say that they attacked me inhumanely and deformed my poop because they claimed that when they were trying to secure themselves in secret, they got offended at a black man and the way that he had to express himself because they wanted to do it for themselves in secret, claiming that he went through inhumane conditions, that they was hiding in safety and secret because the boy had to find a place outside of property where he could take a pootie because someone was claiming that they were stalking him and they got angry and offended, saying that they didn't want him to have those rights because they claimed that they were trying to get a freedom for themselves because when the boy had to take a big pootie, it got stuck in his butt and it looked like a different deform, but I'm a grown-ass man, so how am I going to take a little boy pootie? So some people don't see that black men do things differently, so I needed a terrain, a national park to take a pootie because I needed a terrain for that level when they try to not accept me with the white domestic man and the little white boy saying that when I had to take a pootie, they try to report me because it is nasty, but not as a grown man. I need to express my manhood. So all these little niggas and the angry ass domestic people, they try to deform my pootie because they say that as a grown black man, first and foremost, before I do all that little shit pecking like a little bird, I have to take a pootie as a grown man. I have to take care of my family. I'm not doing all that reporting people to the police and saying that you ain't even American at a time. So real man, they don't see what goes behind the line for real men. Some of these niggas be flying these planes and talking about, oh, I'm finna do that, but they don't even see that real man gotta do what they gotta do. First and foremost, the sun already shines in the ocean when niggas go to the beach and take niggas' shirt off. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why some of these people who was reporting me, they was really trying to use that same restaurant because they claim that they wanted other people to feel humiliated because you wasn't part of that race and tribe that you try to put a property around and say that you wanted to, you couldn't get a life for yourself, you see? So that's why real black man to be like, if I'm a human being, what if someone tries to say that I'm reporting you to the police? Where am I going to take a pootie if I'm a grown man and a young nigga? You telling me they ain't teach, they ain't in the homeschool? So I had to find a way to do that for myself because these big niggas was saying that, oh, we have a place of donation and you could just go around trying to steal people's identity when a grown man, real life nigga, one individual had to take one pootie? That's how it goes. So sometimes I feel fear because when my pootie got stuck in my butt, it was a whole bunch. because it got deformed. It got deformed. But what if he was a grown black man? What you think's gonna happen when the young nigga start running track and field and he had the real life? He ain't really with these domestic high school police domestic nigga. You see, some black people, they do things in real life. That's why when I get my economy, I had to test what I said in my video on my real life. At the time, I had to report it because what if I was sick and I couldn't even talk to the doctor because he was a white man? You can't be no doctor if you don't know the basics of manhood. What you doing, nibbling on Cocoa Puffs? That's what I'm trying to tell you. So I used to think I was going to be a doctor when I got into the books and I started studying the books. But I was like, man, bro, first and foremost, I got to take a shit. That's how it goes. That's why I needed a place. That's why I didn't want, when the little white boy was there, he was like, oh, I don't want to drink that water because what if this goes into the faucet? I had to find a place. But I'm like, man, there's other men in the world too. That's why when they try to put a property around me, I don't know about you, but a real grown man like me, I got to take a pootie. That's how it goes. It's funny because I be looking at these lame niggas. I be like, man, bro, how do you even survive? Like acting like a little you like that little princess nigga that said, oh, this guy. Sometimes when I look at my dad, he live in the island. I be like, man, how did he even live like that? These lame niggas is all in the police and they all in the doctor because I be like, man, I needed a place. So what if I was a real man, what if the society wasn't allowed for me? What I do is probably pootie in the forest, but just not in American territory. That's why niggas join the military. Because I be like, man, sometimes, what if, when I take a pootie, you can't put no property around me if I can't. How is someone going to teach someone how to eat with utensils and how to eat basic things when a grown man has to take a pootie? But they say this property costs $200,000. This property costs money where they say I can't even be a doctor to get this. Well, I don't care how many utensils you could buy with that $200. I got to take one pootie as a grown man. How am I supposed to have kids? All these unmarried people talking about we finna teach people how to do all this nonsense domestic stuff, you see? That's why I'll be like, man, what if all these Target stores exist? And I was like, man, but they work here for like $15,000, but nigga like me, I'm trying to be a man. I have to take a pootie. All these items costing more than the line of price for these items is more than a whole line for a young man's one basic hygiene. You see? So I'm trying to tell you. So I was a little bit scared when I took the pootie. I was trying to wait for it to come. But then I think I didn't drink enough water, so, and they was already trying to like be in the same thing. So it means that they try to poop to all these people who was domestic. They started getting angry when I took my pootie because it's a grown man pootie. Some of these niggas be pooping out these little kiblet pootie. That's not how I do it. I'm not finna lie. Sometimes I'll be like, man, these pootie is like a little embarrassing for the little white boy, but I do feel a little manhood though. And it's like, I do feel like it educates me about real life science, because even animals, birds, mooses, bears, how do you think they take a pootie without 5,000 bathrooms, domestic bathrooms for 200,000 shit? That's why when women don't really realize you can have all these saints like an Indian man doctor, but what if someone was like, man, a grown man got to take a pootie, he could tell you what's going on in this environment. All these doctors half in, half out, half doctor, half got to take a pootie in the thing. Don't even respect nobody. That's why I'm not finna lie. Like sometimes I'm finna open the window a little bit. I got these mothballs right here. I keep that right there. Sometimes the health. I keep the health right there because it was good. But I'm not finna lie. Sometimes even after I be a doctor, that's a good feeling. But sometimes when you have these animals, the bears, the lions, the moose, to be honest, take a little pootie, you probably have more intel on you than a top doctor. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why sometimes I'll be like, man, to be honest, I don't like pooting around these little white boys, because the system of the sewer system will be the thing. But what if people didn't really tell you when they was getting all these doctors and all this money and all this DHS? They didn't really tell you that nigga grown man had to take a pootie. That's why when people pay taxes, a lot of these men, they could be having places where they got a safety, they got a toilet, they got things. Some of these garbage people, how you gonna get paid as a man and you don't even know what type of pootie you take? You see? That's why when niggas do this, they be like, how is that harmful? I'm gonna take a 1 minute pootie as a doctor, and then I don't even know what's going on in the morning with the hurt and the trap and everything that's going on. You see? Some people could get paid by niggas who take pootie even like millions of dollars to be a doctor, to show them where to live, how to live. How could you even have 200,000 and get put in one box in one apartment? But someone could be switching people around, saying, oh, go to this forest. They got a little porta potty over there. We're going to switch it around so it's not all in the one sewer system for people's feeling on behavior, you see. Some niggas claim that they're embarrassed. These niggas, the main ones, trying to say that they getting the best of people in secret, because they was like, oh man, I was a little afraid when my pootie came out. It was supposed to like come out real quick, slip out, and I was gonna do that, but it came out like it was all stuck, like it was dry, kind of really dry, kind of like some nigga who don't drink water too much. So I was scared that it was gonna like get caught in like a blood, like a dry cell, like all my cells were gonna dry up through my pootie, because I guess like I'd be like, what did I eat? That's what I'm trying to tell. So it's just a little information video to it, because it means that it's a little information video to it, because that's why it's a little education. How could someone be a teacher? Yeah, niggas could be a nice teacher, but like some people in the state championship prison, they wish they could take a certain type of vow that doesn't allow them to be associated with certain type of buildings in areas like the rural area that costs $200,000, where nobody can make any adjustments to that one place that a man who has to express his behavior, you see. So that's why I guess sometimes when I do that, I'll be like, oh, people, what if this was an area of someone's house? I wouldn't really want to embarrass them. I wouldn't really want to do this again, but I just had to make a video because it was stuck in my It was really bad. This was the first time. It's like I feel like a dryness in my throat, and it never happened like that until last the year in November. I took the worst one of my life, because I guess like when I was pushing it out, they was trying to sit in there, after they locked me in the psych hospital, injected me with medication, claiming that they was trying to get a safety for themselves, because when the lady at the HUD housing reported me, I think that she was living in HUD housing even before my family was there, because I was living there since I was 13, but they got me evicted because they claimed the lady was reporting me, because when I had to take a pootie, it was like, that's what grown men do. So what if there was like a forest? What if there was like a moose? Real scientists, they don't just get needles and heavy machines. They go to the grit where animals drink raw water from the river. They have nature, you see. So that's why some people won't realize. They'll be trying to tell people, eat this medicine, eat this cookie. But real niggas, like, I'll get sick if I can't take a pootie. My bowel, stomach will even change a little bit, where I'll be like, man, people might even get angry at my manhood or my nature related to how I feel after I do that, when they try to dry my pootie. And I got a little afraid, because that's some of the events that happened in my life that I was afraid that I couldn't even report to nobody, because some of these doctors, they don't even relate to me at the time of my manhood of African-American football terrain. Sometimes people put on these soldier pads in the NFL, but you get to the grit, real black man take a track and field, they gotta do what they gotta do. That's why all this stuff in this collection is so much property, you see. So I'll be like, when I do this, I'll be like, what if, okay, I'm done now, but what if it's another day? And I get a dryness because my pooties are not multiple sometimes by the gas station. So it's like, what if I had to go to terrain where I asked the political association with the world, where do people go to do that? So that the scientific equipment, the things that I eat, colors that a certain way will change how I get access to different environments, besides doctors who left me in a psych hospital, Indians, white people who claim that there's no difference of society, of my studies of where I could go and where I could behave a certain way that's for my own benefit and not for the embarrassment of these people, these Indian people who come here and they don't even, what if they would just go to the local store? But what if a black man said it's in my nature to have to, sometimes that's no offense to these people who don't really get it, but that's part of my nature to do that as a human being. But they claim that I can't be seen as a human being because they claim that these people were trying to beat in other people's house, and that's kind of more nasty than taking a podium. That's why sometimes I gotta figure shit out. Like when they evicted me, I had all my stuff because they took away my storages, and that's why I had to figure out. You could, even if I had money, what if I had like a lot of money, but with the taxes of the property, what if the sewer system, around the sewer system, like, what if someone was from a different tribe than the community, and it's like my pootie was dry, what am I gonna do if someone was trying to get the best of my health and say that they don't want me to be a young man because they claim that, well, real niggas, real men, they might be trying to say, oh, I'm a little person, I'm a little small person getting 200,000. They might be really intelligent to try to put a boundary using psych hospital rooms and things, claiming that these people are trying to steal my identity when I'm a justice, innocent young man, nice young man, had my first job when I was 15, first apartment when I was 17, I went to college when I was 17 years old, 16 years old, and how is that going to relate to someone saying that they wanted to destroy me and say that they wanted to get a doctor? You could get paid $200,000 for being a doctor and be the biggest scammer in the world. That's why little things to the nature, some people know the difference of a nature. Some people get paid one scam per one person. Some people get a nature of God to know the difference of what comes from them. That's why they can't get paid in currencies that relate to other people's economy or how they are accepted in the local place when I have to leave and figure things out for myself related. Some people could even get a building for $200,000 and they don't even know the box and frame that is putting around them when they try to put me in that same box of the outside of the nature that I have to express related to my belief in God and the safety related to how I go about taking care of myself. Because all these people who had these big houses, they might have got offended because a nigga like me got to take a podium when us a grown man had to go be face to face with other fellas because they get offended that they pay taxes to be safe for things that I have to express my freedoms, you see. So that's why sometimes people can even be in a position to get paid, but they claim that they're scamming people because they don't see the difference of what tribe they're from when they get paid to follow the rules that steal their identities. Because when it's a nigga like me, when they lock me in the assault hospital, yeah, they say it's nasty, but it's also nasty how you try to be in secret and destroy people's health because you claim you can't be identified and you don't exist when you think you're eligible for a young man's economy of drinks, food, bananas, whatever it is that relates to how my digestion gets stuck like that. I guess it's even like a health issue. There's been times when I got injected with medication against my will after I was 17, and I seen like body changes, and I was like, I got scared that I was going to lose my life in a bad way. That's why these people might even be murderers when they're in secret. These people might even get 200,000, but they have intentions to try to get a secret domain over people. When they say that I can't even take one pootie in the morning because they claim that the white boy is embarrassed with the lady who reported in her house and saying she wants to live there for the rest of her life. You got to be thankful. When I went to her house, and I was thankful for a place of rest and a place of hygiene, but I guess they get angry because they want to say it's their Mexican territory, or they want to say that they want to express themselves. You be careful when a young man has to take a pootie and these niggas start reporting people to the police talking about they get offended. You see, it's not even about being nasty. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why real men, some people will see like a building, they'll be like, well, I'm finna get paid 200,000 to do medicine here. But some men, when they see the eagle, they see the bear, they see the moose, they say, man, I want to drink the rivers of life. I want to understand what the Lord has of God. I don't want to be getting paid 200,000 for one scam all my whole life for all the equipment, shoes, socks that I wear, and trying to scam other people using that property because the young man can't figure it out because these intelligent people are saying he can't be here because you claim that you're part of a taxes of related to your belief that you try to point things out saying that it's nasty because you don't respect that you try to say that a boy can't have human rights because you want to report people saying that you're some type of agent for the police related to feminine products and things. That real man, what if I had a wife and I wanted her to be secure? Real man had to lead. How are you going to lead with a 200,000 intelligent job when the niggas trying to figure things out? People trying to say, oh, you have to be a doctor to get this house. You have to be a doctor to take a pootie. First of all, I gotta start from the basics of my human nature. That's why everybody wants to categorize people in America, these foreign people reporting people to the police. You got to follow the rules and contribute to human needs. What if for a little kid, they was trying to feed him medication saying that we finna get you right, but what if he had to take the basic hygiene that related to his behavior of life justice? That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why at the end of the day, it doesn't come to the public school. It comes to the fatherhood, and it comes to the people who actually had that domain, because some people with these territorial domains, they don't get paid because some people would rather pay people to scam than to pay the people who inherit that health science and the real tools of that nature, that people can get paid $200,000 and be unidentified with a personality that relates to how they try to put it on others because they claim it was really dangerous when my colon was stuffed and I didn't know what was going to happen. I wonder how the Lord thinks about that when I went through many things, when my debate on philosophy and my studies of God and the personal science of what did God do when he didn't take the institution of man to go in the institution. So that's why when some people have a domain and they see things coming, they'll be like, what if the Lord was like, oh, his will was to go to heaven and to ascend? But what if people, when they was going to the Israelites, what if people was like, nobody even know how all those 3 million people or however many it was had to do things in God? That's why when people go to an institution, sometimes people are like, what if the pastor was like, you have to take a pootie in my area, but all the other men, they wouldn't have to follow those rules. So it would be a contradiction of politics when someone has to figure it out. But how is someone going to figure it out when there's only one toilet and all these properties are off access? How is someone even going to go somewhere? The first place would be a different state, the woods, and how is there going to be a product when a lot of these people who try to pootie my thing might even be trying to hide with these people getting money and trying to categorize people because they claim when it is like a pootie, it's a real black man, and he'll be like, I can't be these institutional niggas who try to not go to their tribe and try to take booties in these places where these young ladies is, and they can't report these niggas because they claim they're trying to get a member job for things that's not even related to their manhood.